afternoon, good evening, good whatever it is, wherever you are. My name is Katie O, and this is Moon Mama Musings. Welcome back to my living room for another astrology peephole for today, the 6th of September 21. Now, today I am trying something different, so bear with me as I experiment on you guys. Today is actually the 5th of September, and I am pre-recording the YouTube clips. So I have spent a lot of time feeling out into the energy, and let's hope that I get this right. So bear with me, send me good vibes, we're going to give her a go. So we're currently in a waning crescent moon that will transit today on the 6th of September into the sign of Virgo at 6:06 a.m. Bangkok time. Please feel free to do your own time conversions, or you can just go and look it up. What time does the moon transit in my time zone? Yeah. So really kind of lovely that we've got lots of sixes today. Is it a day of love? Is it a time of community and wholeness and oneness? I don't know. Let's find out. So today we have five aspects that I'd like to discuss. And a couple of them do relate one to the other quite well. I mean, they all tie in very, very importantly together, but let's just talk about the first two. So first we have the moon making two squares today. So the moon making a square with Black Moon Lilith, as well as making a square with the North Node. Very interesting. Which also makes it a square with the South Node, just so you guys know. By default, a square with both. All right, very interesting. It's very important. All right, challenges not only with our future, but with the past following us. Yeah, remember the butter churn is the nodes. The North Node is where we want to go to, yeah? Our destiny, our healing, our full expression of ourselves. Whereas the South Node is kind of what follows us from behind, yeah? What kind of picks up the rear, yeah? So it can be past life. It can be just from your childhood or from earlier in life. It can be trauma. It can be good stuff, whatever it is. It's lessons that you've already learned coming back, okay? So let's talk about these two squares. So obviously squares are obstacles, challenges, energy, okay? So we might be challenged in Shame Town, is what I'm getting with this. Black Moon Lilith is a planet that has to do a lot with the things that we have been misjudged for, or that we have been almost like that we've been that people have, well, the things that people have passed judgments on us for, including what we've passed judgments on ourselves for, right? It can be an aspect of shame. Okay, think about the story of Lilith. I talk about her all the time. She wanted to do her own. She was the original counterpart to Adam, made from the same material, not made from Adam, made from the same material Adam was made of. And she wanted to be herself, and basically was punished for going off and expressing herself the way that she desired. So yes, of course, can be unfair treatment. It can be oppression. It can be any of those kinds of things. But this is for me, what I'm feeling with these two aspects together is that Shame Town is coming to knock, okay? So we might feel for some reason that we are a burden on others, yeah? And this can be in any way, you know, like maybe you feel like you don't make as much money as your spouse, say, and you're worried about them holding up all of the financial side of things. Or maybe you are you are in a team, and there's things that are going on in your team where you've not felt super comfortable, and you've needed to address these issues, and people have, when you've gone to address the issue, maybe people are saying, oh, you're overreacting, okay? So you're feeling like your actions are inconveniencing them in a way, or your feelings inconvenience them. It's like kind of like a gaslighting vibe in a bit of a way. It can be. It doesn't have to be, but it can be. Either way, we just need to know with this, the fact that it's also squaring the nodes. When the moon squares the nodes, we're at a crossroads. Yeah, we have to move forward, but we need to take into consideration the direction we want to go towards and what follows us from our past. Okay, it's a Two of Wands energy, but it's a very much, we're standing here and we're looking forwards, but we are equally considering both sides of our past and future. All right, so basically it's like, what has shamed us in the past, okay, and how do we move forward healing it? The North Node can have a very strong intonation with healing, right? Because it's like by default, right? Just like the Strength card by default implies that there was something that you were afraid of, that you needed to overcome and find courage about, yeah? This is also implying that if you are achieving your destiny, you are the most whole version of yourself. Yeah. Or in a way, or you're maybe not the most whole version of yourself, but you are the right amount of wholeness for this thing to come in. Okay. So we do know that this is a necessary part of the relativity of things. Okay. It's the idea of we really need to understand the wholeness of things. Like I was saying yesterday's video about this, like, you know, like you have a friend that loves peas and a friend that doesn't like peas, okay? And you trying to make your decision about peas, you're taking into account both of their considerations, right? And then we're trying to meet in the middle to find a more balanced way to feel about peas. And peas can be whatever it is for you, okay, my friends, whatever it is for you. Understand that this feeling, okay, this feeling of exploring your shame, your soft spots, the Achilles heel of stuff, is a gateway into more balance. Because when you fully embrace that one side of overexpression, you can realize how you would prefer it to be. All right? You can sort of see the opposite of it. It's like when we are having, you know, for example, if you have a loved one that dies, obviously you feel extremely sad. But what's making you feel sad is the fact that you're remembering the beautiful imagery of this person, okay, in a way. And it's absence that makes you feel sad, right? But you needed to have that beauty to actually feel sad about it, okay? You wouldn't just cry over any, maybe some, but you know what I mean. You need to have an emotional connotation to it to care enough to cry for something, yeah? So it's this kind of idea, is that you understand that it's a relative experience. If you look at physics, I've talked about this before. If you've got two things, the existence of two things implies a third. You can never have these two because there is a third point in space implied by the existence of 2 points, and that's its halfway point. So the middle of the line. I talked yesterday about a spectrum, and that's becoming extremely important right now. So some of you guys might be realizing that maybe you made judgments too quickly about something. So maybe an interaction or like something happened and somebody reacted a certain way and you construed it as maybe them, you construed their feelings through their reactions, okay? Where you were like, oh, that person hates me, or, oh my God, I think this person likes me, all right? And this is like realizing that surely it's not so sensationalized. Surely it's not so black and white. Surely there is more to it than just, this is so obvious and this must be what it was. Again, not judging a book by its cover, right? So again, like if maybe you've had a disagreement with somebody, right? And the way that they've behaved, you've thought, oh my God, this person surely hates me. Surely they hate me. But this place right here with the square and the node and the square with Black Moon Lilith makes us stop for a second and go, wait a minute. Okay, maybe I'm being a little bit dramatic. This person they can't hate me, right? They surely don't like that we've had a disagreement, but I don't think that it means that they hate me forever, right? It's that kind of an idea. It's like the old ways that we had were to instantly make snap judgments about things at face value, about what things are in 3D, yeah? And we're understanding with this that it's our destiny to not act the same way that we did once. That the way that we used to act when we did make these snap judgments used to get us in trouble. And we're choosing now to not make those snap judgments anymore. We might have some knee-jerk where it's like habit, right? Where you start making the judgments, but you might catch yourself. And if you don't catch yourself yet, I challenge you to try and find this trigger point, like figure out what triggers you so that you can go, oh, wait a second, I see that this trigger usually leads to me perpetuating these old patterns that don't work for me. So I'm going to acknowledge that trigger and I'm going to choose to take it a different route. All right, so this crossroads is a very, very important one right now. We are really experiencing some pretty intense energy. Okay, so we've got two lovely things that we're doing with Venus, and then Pluto actually involved in 2 transits, one with Venus, one's with Mars. So let's talk about these 3 kind of, sort of together, kind of, sort of apart. I'm going to talk about them. All right, Venus is in a square with Pluto. So whenever a planet changes signs, usually it'll have a little meeting with Pluto. We've talked about this before it goes. All right. It will make some sort of a transit with Pluto before it goes into sign. It doesn't have to be right away. There's just some period of time before a planet will change signs. It just meets Pluto for a minute. And it's like they have a little meeting about like Pluto sits Venus down and says, and we've talked about this before. Pluto is sitting Venus down and going, all right, so you've just been in the sign of Libra, which is super exalted for you. You feel great in the sign of Libra. You're beautiful and creative and sexy and full of love and all of this wonderful stuff, femininity, la-di-da-di-da. It's all great. Okay, but you're about to go into the sign of Scorpio, okay? And the sign of Scorpio can be very dangerous for Venus, okay? Because Venus can turn into like the sex-potted seductress very easily in Venus if we are not careful. All right, so this is the pre-transit to Scorpio. Sit down with Venus and get real about her, because with this square also, Pluto is challenging Venus. So Pluto is saying, look, Venus, and all of these other times, whenever you go into the sign of Scorpio, you freak the fuck out and you make these people act like complete sex-driven crazy people, or maybe they're just like, they become the tortured artist, or maybe they are becoming super vain, or maybe they are really, really money-driven. So let's not do this time, okay? You've just been in the sign of Libra. So let's talk about what you've learned in the sign of Libra, because Libra, you're exalted in it. We're balanced. We're feeling compassionate and all of those beautiful things. So what can we take from the sign of Libra and bring it over into the sign of Scorpio so that we can remain closer to the center, okay? So what did you learn about the balance of the feminine energy in the sign of Libra, Venus? How has this changed you and prepared you for the passionate and transformative Scorpio time? So this is really, we are really asking ourselves some serious questions, okay? So this, again, feminine energy is about receiving. So we are receiving our own inquisitions about what the hell is going on, all right? And how do we move forward into this potentially volatile transit of Venus through Scorpio, keeping our head on straight, keeping our Libran wonderful balanced energy. This is further sort of compounded by Venus is making a trine with Jupiter. All right, so how has this expansion healed us? How has this time with Venus in Libra healed us? And how can we take that and further heal it more while we are transforming with Scorpio? How have we moved forward with our new ideas about Venusian energy? And this is telling you with this Jupiter retrograde, Jupiter retrograde in the sign of Aquarius is looking at Venus and going, all right, we are going to expand and grow and change and get lucky, but we're going to do it in a responsible way. We're going to do it in a new and innovative way. We're going to do it in a more efficient way, okay? In a more efficient way. Aquarius is all about making what exists better and more fitting to what we want to do, all right? So they're saying, so Venus is now looking at Pluto going, you're right, oh my God, Scorpio can be really dangerous to me. So they're looking to Jupiter and saying, Jupiter, I need your help. Can you help me be more adaptive and be more efficient with this Plutonian energy, with this transformative, sexy, crazy nonsense, all right? This is, and Venus is now saying to, like I said, saying to Jupiter, give me, what should I do? Yeah, what should I do? And Jupiter is looking back and saying, okay, we're going to do things completely differently. Make a plan. All right? It's Virgo season right now. Make a plan. How do you want to get your beautiful, most full expression of your Venusian energy? How do you want to sit in your yin energy the most beautiful way to ride out the rest of this Virgo season, which can be a little bit abrasive and can be a little bit too brainy, all right? And last but not least, which I think is really, really gorgeous, is that we've got Mars in a trine with Pluto. Now, Mars is going to transit, so first of all, Venus transits to the sign of Scorpio on the 11th, so only a few days off. Mars transits to the sign of Libra on the 15th. So we've got about a week left before, a little over a week left before Mars moves. But Mars is the warrior, right? Mars is the actor. Mars is not the actor, the one that takes action. Maybe they're an actor too. Maybe they're responsible for some of the masks that we have to wear depending on the situation, right? So this Mars in Libra understands the balance and understands the role of being an actor, okay? Maybe not just being a full-blown warrior, but playing the part of the warrior in a more balanced way. Taking the beautiful aspects of war, I know that's an oxymoron, but the beautiful aspects of maybe competition, of challenge, of butting heads, and trying to take it, to make actions in a more balanced way. Maybe Mars in Libra will help us deal better with some of the challenging things that we come. Maybe when things push us, maybe when we have our Mars in Libra, we're feeling a little bit more like we're not going to just react like crazy. But either way, Mars being the way that we take action, I'm getting this image of a machine. Okay, so this is a machine that works on and like it's not always on. Okay, right? Mars goes in and out of feminine and masculine associated signs, and sometimes is taking action, sometimes is sitting on the back burner. Okay, so it's not always passive action. Sometimes it's not always active action. Sometimes it's passive action. We've been in a state of passive action, but when Mars moves into the sign of Libra, it's going to be returned to a state of active action, but in a more balanced way. Okay, and what happens when a machine lays dormant for a while is that sometimes some machines need to be sort of given some time to warm up. This is the energy of priming the machine. The energy needs to start moving through this machine a little bit to sort of get the grease moving through the cogs so that it moves in its most beautiful way. So Pluto is coming in here, and with a trine to Mars, it's a beautiful, expansive, lucky, growing energy. And it's saying to Mars, okay, dude, let's get ready. All right, are you ready? What have you learned by sitting back and being passive in the sign of Virgo? You've learned analysis. You've learned to think twice before you act. You've learned to cut 12 times before you, measure 12 times before you cut. It's this beautiful calculated energy. And now Pluto is saying this in the sign of Libra, we're actually going to be able to put that into practice. Okay, so maybe some of you guys have been waiting to make some sort of an action, and you've been not sure about how to make that action. Yeah, maybe this is once the Mars is in Libra, you're going to be able to actually put into practice that plan that we're making right now. Okay. What have I got here? Yeah, it's the hype man. Yeah, it's the hype man. Mars has got Pluto, believe it or not, is being Mars's hype man right now. It's totally going, big up, like what, I don't even know what they would say, but he's a total fucking hype man, just like, this guy right here is so awesome. And Mars is like, yeah, you know what, you're right, I am kind of awesome. It's like, this guy can handle any obstacle he wants. I've tried so many times to beat him down and he just keeps getting up. And Mars is like, yeah, you're right. So this could manifest itself in the form of a cheerleader. Maybe you're being your own cheerleader and you're finally starting to celebrate your own triumphs. Or maybe you're meeting someone who's just like, you are amazing. I can't get over. You're so good at this and you do this and it's so great. And like little things are happening that's just making you feel good. It's making you feel more capable of motion. It's making you feel more capable in general. All right, it's really lovely. So let's pull a card of the day. Actually, no, I am not going to pull a card of the day today because I'm going to see you guys over on Instagram. Do we pull? No, you know what? I'll pull a card of the day. Anyway, just one, right? Let me just give it a quick little shuffle through for the. Let's see. What is the card of the day for the 6th of September, astrologically speaking? Let's just get one. One card, please, team. What's the 6th of September looking like for us? What is the card that represents or gives us the information we need to know about the 6th of September? The Knight of Cups. Yeah, Knight of Cups. There is some beautiful heart-spaced motion happening right now, okay? Heart-spaced motion is really, really, sorry, my dog is just doing some really weird things. Anyway, heart-spaced motion, really, like you're feeling, whatever it is that's going on, it's an awakening of the heart space. Look at this. This woman is in these beautiful gowns in a lotus flower playing a harp that's become, or a heart that's like turned into a harp. Okay, it's like a guitar. Anyway. Either way, a lotus flower springs from the mud. Okay, so that we are having this beautiful heart awakening right now. You've been in really mucky territory with regards to your heart space, yeah? And you're finally trying to pluck its strings. And you're playing the beautiful music of your heart once and for all for others to hear. It's bringing in good things to you. It's making you feel better about things. It's just bringing magic into the air, I'm hearing. It's just magical. All right, conflict, lose, and rest. Okay, so if some of you guys, they're saying, some of you guys are feeling like you're in a losing battle, okay? Just, please. It feels like a losing battle because it's just not been won yet, all right? Take it easy on yourself. Be compassionate with yourself and take the rest that you need. Some of you guys have not been sleeping nearly enough. So please, please, please do yourself a favor and get a good night's sleep. Okay. All right, guys. I will see you guys over on Instagram today. And then I'll catch up with you tomorrow for another Peephole right here on YouTube. All right. I'm so sorry for anything you're going through. If I've made you feel a certain way, thank you so much for being a beautiful, amazing human, or being, or whatever you identify with, and lending your energy to this gorgeous circuit. Thank you to your guides, my guides, the Ascended Masters, the angels, the ancestors, the dragons, the whatever energies have been involved in us receiving these beautiful messages for our highest good. I love you to the moon and the stars and infinity and beyond and back, and I accept this, and I hope you do too. But if not, we'll catch you on the flip side. Have a great day. Bye.